Around 2020, it was right around the beginning of COVID, when everything was locked down, I started working out nonstop. And I noticed that my shoulder was really bothering me. So if I was lifting weights, I could not really do it for like 2 or 3 days, and then I could do it again, and then it was 2 or 3 days off. And about 6 months down the road, I got an MRI. I was expecting to have a torn rotator cuff or something, that was more common. My doctor called me and told me that I have a vascular necrosis in my left shoulder and that it had collapsed. So I didn't know what that meant. I'd never heard of this. And so we started kind of frantically searching for a specialist to deal with it. And I came about the first doctor here locally in Beaufort. And I spoke to him. He was great. He kind of gave me the rundown of what I had and what to expect. And for him, he gave me the options of I could do a partial replacement or I could do a full replacement of my shoulder, or I could just basically not use it. So I chose to not use it because I didn't want to have my shoulder replaced when I was 39. So for me, when that happened, they told me I couldn't lift weights anymore, so I started running every day. And so I worked up to where I was running 10 miles a day, pretty much every day. For about 2 years. And then I started noticing the same pain that I had in my shoulder, in my left hip. So I went in, got an MRI on that, confirmed that it was a vascular necrosis. And to rule it out, I did my right hip as well. I did the MRI, and that came back as AVN as well. So at that point, I started looking again for a specialist that could help me out with the whole thing and try and get some ideas. And I came across a surgeon at Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville, and he was great. I went and I spoke with him. He kind of gave me all my options. So they told me basically, go home, and in about a year, you'll need to have your hips replaced. And you will have to start with the worst one, and then the following year, we will do the other. So, and at that point, I was 39 years old, and I was thinking, man, I'm going to have 2 hips replaced, and then I'm going to have them replaced again when I'm 60. So I was not looking forward to that at all. Just by happenstance, my mother came to Dr. H for stem cells in her knee, and she had very good success with that. And she told Dr. H my story, and Dr. H said, well, have him come in and talk to me. So I came in, I did stem cell injections in both hips, my SI joints in my lower back, and then both shoulders. And we followed that up with a regimen of peptides to try and regrow the bone and regrow the blood cells and regrow my muscle mass as well. My experience here has far exceeded my expectations. So I thought I would be maybe 50–60%. I was hoping that I could go and fish and only have 2 bad days instead of 4 bad days. And so this year I've spent more time in the boat and more time on the water than I've spent, on land. So I have been, beating my body up nonstop, and I'm not having any pain, I'm not having any issues, and it's been phenomenal. I'm trying to catch up for lost time. I would recommend to anybody to come see Dr. H. It's definitely changed my entire life. So it's gotten me back on the water, it's got me walking and doing all the things that I love to do again. For her to come up with a protocol and really believe that she could change my life was, it was a fantastic feeling to feel like I had somebody in my corner for the first time in really 3 or 4 years. And it's been phenomenal. She changed my whole life, so she gave me my life back.